Batman! Hey everyone, this is Ash on Comics. I'm Ash. This is a comic, Batman. Detective Comics 990, 10 away from the second historic 1000th issue. You won't find any comics over in Marvel anywhere close to 1,000 issues because all they know how to do is reboot every 5 minutes. This episode brought to you by Trajan Comics, #1 supporter of Ash on Comics, #1 superfan. Thanks, Trajan, for supporting the channel. That's a complete lie. I'm just making that up. But I'm a supporter of his. I really like what he does. He kind of inspires me to do some of the things I do. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. Hopefully I don't lose too many subscribers. Not that I have that many to lose. He does a lot of what I do, but just better. He's a lot faster too. Look at these times, like 5 minutes, like it's single digits. I ramble. I don't know how he does this. I'll watch his video and be like, wow, he covered twice as much as I did, and it's only 5 minutes long. So yeah, he's got a great cadence. I found him through Ethan Van Sciver, who shouted his channel out, and I said, oh, okay, Ethan shouted him out, I'll go check him out, and I actually listen to more Trajan than I do Ethan. So good job, buddy. I wish you had better taste in comics, but your channel's awesome. All right, now, also in the news, real quick. Bounding into comics. Report, Mark Zaid no longer representing Mark Waid. Crumple Point says Waid's new lawyer, Mark Fade, is now taking the task of attempting to convince the writer that he has no case. Okay, this is a fake news, well, not fake news, but it's been reported incorrect. Mark Waid is still representing Mark Zaid is representing Mark Waid. This was falsely, I guess, reported by Rakesia Law based on a document that very much suggested Mark Waid had changed, but if you go check out his channel and it's an explanation, it makes sense. Rakesia a little bit jumped the gun, but with good reason. Anyways, so all these people now that are reporting what Mark or Rakesia said are now all wrong. So I'm trying to point it out. Back it up. It was falsely reported. Not maliciously falsely reported, too. And then also here, Weaponized Nerd Rage, another shout out, YouTuber. I watch a few of his channels. He's not very prolific, but I'm a big follower on Twitter. Says, so I am pretty buzzed. I'm in my kitchen looking for food. Find frozen burgers. Didn't know I had. See the best you've ever had guaranteed on the box. Skeptical. Slap them on the grill. Take a bite. I've tasted better dick. This is now official. Weaponized Nerd Rage has tasted dick. In case you were ever wondering, we now know. All right, back to what you're here for. Batman. Detective Comics is being currently written by Robinson, illustrated by Segovia. I am on a last name only basis with these two individuals. No, I'm not. And they're doing a good job. Not a fantastic job. A good job. A solid job. I remember the few times I bought Detective Comics in the 90s when I was a big, huge Marvel fan. There was a few times where Detective Comics would have like a really cool Batman cover, and I've always liked Batman, and it tempted me. I was like, I'm gonna read this Batman. I just grabbed it off the shelf and bought like the 5-issue run or whatever it was, and be like, okay, this reminds me of that. It didn't blow me away. It didn't like, wow, that was fan. It's not like a Batman Year One type experience, but it was a solid. I didn't regret. I didn't go like, what the hell is this crap? This comic is very much in that same tradition. This could have been during that time frame, which is, as you may know, is my favorite time frame of comics history ever. And this would fit right in, and I would not have any complaints. This is exactly, if you are a Comicsgate supporter, the type of comic you want. It's a well-done comic, well-illustrated comic by, where's the credits? By pros that do not get on Twitter and rant about how you are a Nazi. Right? Professional pros. It's funny you have to say that, professional pros. It should be double. Anyways. So here we have Batman. He's fighting Two-Face. This is where we left off. We get some nice little action scene here. Some banter. Two-Face says, he says, I have nothing to add. Men, if you'd have anything to say, just how I want that bounty. $1 million for the bat. Yeah, cool mill. So they're just typical, Batman type story where the villain and his henchmen are trying to get the bat. There's really not much to add here. It's not a terribly original story. It doesn't feel like overdone or cliche, but it just feels typical. And so Batman's trying to apprehend Two-Face and figure out what his motive is. That's kind of where you are as the reader, why you're compelled to follow the story right at this point is you want to know what's Two-Face doing. We know he's a villain, but what's his real motive? And Batman hasn't figured it out yet. He's trying to stop him. You get some dialogue between each other that feels competent. I was happy with it. I'm really loving the coloring in this series. Who is the colorist? I normally don't ever care. And I listen to I hate whiny colorists. They're like, without us, you wouldn't. Blah, 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 blah. But every once in a while. So, Alan Pasalacqua colors on some pages, 8 and 17 through 19, and Ivan Placencia. So, oh, jeez. Now I gotta. Come on. What page is this? I don't even. I'll let you figure it out. It's one of those two guys did the. I'm guessing the different colorist did these pages, which just feel bland, average. Okay, I mean, nothing wrong with them. They're just competent. But the vibrancy, the emotion that this helps push the drama. The shadows, I don't know. It looks even better in person. So we have Batman talking to the Signal. This is just a subjective problem that I have. I don't like the Bruce Wayne Batman. What I mean is I don't like Bruce Wayne essentially being one with Batman. I like the Bruce Wayne that's the mask of Batman. I like Batman being the character and Bruce Wayne being who he pretends to be. And this is kind of the problem with the Bat family, right? Because they all know him as, he even addresses him as Batman. Sitting out in the sun talking, hey, Batman, and meanwhile here, paparazzi off in the bushes, oh, he's Batman. Come on, this should not happen. I don't like. And again, this is subjective. I'm not saying you should hate the comic book because of this or anything. I personally don't. And tell me what you think. So, and I also don't like the Signal. I feel like this character is forced in. Now he's like this right-hand character to Batman. It's like, oh, in a couple of days I trained you, and now you're awesome in fighting the same villains I fight. I don't like Batman wannabes being 95% Batman. Hey, take a quick P90 training course in 90 days, you'll be almost as good as Batman. It really diminishes the character. Oh, speaking of diminishing character. Alright, sorry. So here we have little flashback scenes because Duke Thomas, that's his name, is talking to Batman about what he's been doing. And, I've been running with the Outsiders, which we don't even have an Outsider book yet, which felt a little weird. Here he is kicking ass, of course, because he's black man. That was kind of, I don't mean that to sound racist, but it just kind of feels like that. Like, we need a black Batman, so we'll make this guy. Anyways, so back over to the actual story that we care about. If you were paying attention to previous issues, Cobra, who I'm not really familiar with because I'm not I'm a newbie DC person, was introduced, and I was like, I don't understand why Cobra, what's going on? Well, now we know. So his henchmen are all part of They're all being arrested. They're booked, I should say, at Gotham City Police Department. And the lights go out. Ooh, that doesn't forebode well. And they're like, what's going on? I don't know. There was confusion. Gordon's calling the electric company, trying to get the lights back on. Which, that's not what would happen. He'd be listening to hold music right now. And you would have backup generators. This isn't how that works. But for the sake of comics, whatever. Suspension of disbelief. He's yelling at the electric company. Look at the lights. Okay, and these guys all show up through the elevator. Ding. Bam. Start shooting everyone. This would be really cool if this were like a movie. Everything that's happened in this book now would be very cinematic. They're just gunning down all the police officers. We got Bullock here telling everyone to, what does he say? Don't know who these punks are, but guns out. Come on, people. It's kill or be killed. And it's just this gunfight inside the Gotham City Police Department. And then we see, yes, guy coming up from behind. I couldn't agree more. And Two-Face just enters the fray, and he's double guns, just blasting Cobra's guys, or not Cobra, whoever these killer guys that showed up are. We presume I don't know who these guys are. Probably working for Two-Face. So he's just gunning everyone down. Gordon's outside. Bullock, come on, what's going on? What's happening? This is a little weird. The dotted lines like this indicate oftentimes whispering. So if he's like, Bullock, come on, what's happening? Like, there's gunfights. Like, I think he'd be shouting, but that was whatever. So Two-Face shooting him, comes up to Gordon, finds Gordon on the stairs. Oh, sorry, it's not. It's one of the goons. Finds Gordon on the stairs, any last words? Gordon is like, I'm not going to beg if that's what you mean. Oh, yeah. Witching Hour. You, too, can buy Wonder Woman Justice League Dark. You know, because we need more spin-off stuff so you can sell more comics and fleece the comic book buyer of more money. 5 comics in a period of a month, $3.99 a piece. Actually, some of these $4.99. Yeah, I totally did not buy these. I will buy this issue right here because I'm currently buying Justice League Dark. I will not buy this one because I will not support... Who's going on this one? G. Willow Wilson. Will not support G. Willow Wilson. Even though she's not writing these two, I'm pretty sure I'm just not going to jump onto a book that's about to be handed off to her. That's wasting my money, so whatever. If the stories prove out to be good later, I can catch them in trade. And then here's the other. I'm assuming this will be $4.99 as well. Justice League and Wonder Woman Witching Hour #1. Because get it, this is Wonder Woman Justice League Dark #1. This is Justice League Dark Wonder Woman We just flipped the word so we can have another #1. This is total copy Marvel bullshit. Have #1s. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. If the story's good, just buy the trade paperback, be graphic novel, and enjoy it. This won't be collectible. This won't be worth any, like, don't buy into this crap. Alright. So we got back to Two-Face, gun, bam, shooting everyone odd. Wait, you. What, wait, Harvey. And then he's gone. And then he finally gets back down. Way to go, Gordon. Show up way too late. Talks about there's a bloodbath. Some dialogue with Bullock. Hey. And now they communicate with Batman, and Batman's on the scene. And this is I kind of like this. I mean, there's not much happening, just a facial shot, but this nice energy. You can tell Batman's driving fast, and the way the shot progresses. I like these layouts here. And he's basically saying he's on the case, and when will you know more? When I speak with Two-Face again. I'm on my way to him now. Wait, you're telling me that you already know where he is? Jim, who are you talking to? Of course I do. Whew, that was a cool scene. I like when Batman's written as a badass. Like, that's cool. So he shows up on this bridge, confronts Harvey. There's some cool dialogue between the two. I'll let you read. Won't really spoil. But he's trying to unveil Harvey's plan and gets him to talk, and like a little truce. Let's talk about it. Sure, 2 in the morning. Couldn't pick a better time. Next, enemy of my enemy. So not a lot really happens in this book as far as major plot advancement. A little bit of reveal. We figure out that Two-Face and Cobra actually are parts of the story, and they seem to be opposed. Whereas before, Cobra was like, just felt like a random cameo, like, oh, Cobra's there, okay, whatever. Firefly, we now know, appears to have just been hired by Two-Face to mislead Batman. They're just a red herring. And so it's going to be between these villains, and it's still trying to figure out what's going on between those guys and how Commissioner Gordon's involved. And this one just advances a little bit. But it was an entertaining read. And this is the third book right now in the run. I'm guessing there'll probably be 2 more. I don't know how long the run is. But it feels good. This is not great, but a solid good. I give it a thumbs up. I'm happy to keep buying Detective Comics. After Brian Hill's run, I was really being kind of disappointed. I'm like, oh, I don't want to stop now. They're almost 1,000, and it's going to go back to me. But he obviously not only did a good run, but he reshaped Detective Comics to be just Batman, which is like, oh, I'm sold. I don't want Bat Family. You gave me so, and now Robinson and Segovia are doing a strong sophomore effort, and it's great. This is solid Batman comics. You can't complain, really. So I recommend it. Thumbs up. Buy these. Move the needle. # follow me on Twitter. If you do start getting these books because I recommended, please tag me and let me know. Like, I like to know that I influenced. Anyway, I do the same for anyone that if you recommend a book and I get it. That's kind of what it's all about. Put comments down in the typing area where you have anything to say. If you think I'm wrong about this, right about this, want to discuss anything else, try Mountain Dew Ice if you like. If you like lemon lime drinks like Sprite. This is kind of like Sprite Mountain Dew mix. I know it's random, but you know, hey, that's what it's all about, right? LOL, so random. Thanks for watching.